Don't upload your videos at 10 a.m. because nobody's going to watch them. At least you guys won't. If you didn't know that I posted a video yesterday, the description is where it'll be housed. The link for this video. It was 4chan versus Joe Blow. I talked about the rumor that is, what's his name? Michael Keaton coming back, being back in talks to play whomever in the Spider-Man film, and how that rumor conflicts with the 4chan rumor, which was 100% accurate, apparently. I don't know. And I talked about that. But on that video, I'm going to read your name. Amoshi Palo, he asked the question, is Sony still making that Venom movie? And I never made my video regarding the Venom film because I was going to do it with someone else, but things didn't really work out in that regard. So I'm doing it now because I think now is a good time to talk about it, with Civil War being out and with everything being so bare and quiet. It's a good time to talk about it. Now, back in March, we're going to go all the way back to March 4th, 2016. The Hollywood Reporter, I'm reading it, by the way, and I got my internet. The Hollywood Reporter, they reported an exclusive. This is an exclusive story that they got. They got that the Venom film was back on. The Venom spinoff movie was back on, and Avi Arad and Matt Tomick, who were the people that were in charge of the previous Spider-Man franchises. Yes, the franchises. The Amazing Spider-Man and Sam Raimi Spider-Man. These were the producers of these films. The ones that we could arguably say put their hands into it and made it all mucky and nasty. Or at least Avi Arad was the one that mostly gets the blame. He takes the blame for that. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't know if it was one of them. I don't know if it was both of them. But somebody was the reason that the movies was dirty. Somebody put their dirty hands in that cookie jar and it messed everything up. I'll continue. So Avi Arad, they're coming back. They are the producers of this film, and apparently that's going to be written by Edge of Tomorrow's writer Dante Harper. And that's all that is really known. Oh, and the film apparently is not going to be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, in the time when this news came out, my idea was this. What if, because before the news came out, I actually made a video. It was like I knew that this was going to happen. I made a video talking about a Venom film and why it does not need to be rated R. But my perception was, what if this film, they didn't have to mention anything with the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it took place in space? And what if it was the Flash Thompson story? And in the Spider-Man films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if we did get Venom, it would be Eddie Brock's story. That way it could be both stories being told, but the Eddie Brock version be told in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the Flash Thompson version be taking place in the future. That way it doesn't necessarily have to say, yes, we're part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or no, we're not. But it takes place in the future, and it tells a different story with Flash Thompson as Venom. And yeah, that way you don't really have to discuss Spider-Man or discuss anything. But my immediate opinion about it is that I think this is an awful idea. I think it's really stupid. I think it's confusing. And I think it's idiotic. I think if I was Sony, I would really shut the heck up. I would really stop. I would say, you know what, we're not going to do that. If we are going to make a Venom film, it's going to take place within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's going to be Eddie Brock's story, and it's going to happen after the fact that Peter Parker gets the symbiote. That's what I would do. But I'm not Sony. I'm not the people in charge of the rights. I'm not Matt Tomick. It's very interesting also to think, this is named Tom Rothman, the person that's now in charge of Sony. It's interesting to even fathom the idea of him wanting to sign off on them doing a Venom film with his history, his past histories toward comic book films. In general, we talk about X-Men Wolverine Origins, how he really had his hand in that film being made, the production of that film, and the result that film ended up in. He also was the one that was continuously blocking Deadpool from being made. So with him being at Sony now, and the reason for him being there is he's going to get Sony financially in the realm they need to be, because he is great at financially getting things together, because he's for lack of better terms, considered to be cheap. At least that's what reports say. I mean, I don't know, so I have no idea who he is, what he does in that regard. I just know what the reports say, that he's cheap. He's a penny pincher. So he's going to get Sony financially where they need to be. With that being said, would he actually sign off on this Venom film? The Hollywood Reporter is a reputable source, but they were the only ones that got this information. Not saying that the Hollywood Reporter is wrong, but I want everybody to think about the idea that, first off, we have not heard anything about this officially. Sony has not said anything more after the fact that they announced the whole plan for the Spider-Man cinematic universe before Marvel's involvement with the character. There's not been anything, even any phrase uttered of a Venom film officially by way of Sony. And that the Hollywood Reporter got this information and was the only one to receive this information, and all of the other sources and news outlets ran the stories as if it was official. So that's something to think about as well. We've not gotten anything about it. Tom Rothman is in charge. Is that his? I hope that's his name. If that's not his name, that's really embarrassing. And then I'm just looking. People are like, "That's not his name." Venom, you're messing up. But he's in charge. So if I was to place my money on whether or not the Venom film is happening, I would place it on no, because the Venom film is unnecessary. It's going to be a lot of money that they would spend in making this film. And it's not necessary. I think if I was Sony, I would just continue to focus on the Spider-Man film that we are making, that Marvel is making, and we are paying for, and we're going to reap the benefits from it. That's what I would do. Marvel is laboring, Sony's paying, and getting paid for it and taking the credit. That's what I would do if I was Sony. I would not worry about a Venom film right now. I would worry about what we're doing currently. I wouldn't try to branch off into anything else. I would say, no, I'm going to just let Marvel do what they want to do, and then later down the line, maybe we'll do a Venom film, do it justice by giving Eddie Brock his own story, in which we see him as a character go through his struggles that lead up to him being Venom, and then make that Spider-Man film in which they go at it. That's what I would do. But I'm not Sony. I'm not Tom Rothman. I'm not Avi Arad, nor am I Matt Tomic. So, it's up in the air. What do you guys think? Really quickly, the Venom film could be a good video game. No. A Venom video game. Remember Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man with the Venom, where you could be Venom and Spider-Man? Oh, that was the game. I love that game. Speaking of Spider-Man games, there's some Spider-Man gaming news that I will talk about in my next video, because I have an idea and I have some things to say about it. So yeah, if you want to hear my opinion on that, and I got some information, maybe I have some information. I don't have any information, actually. I'm just going to be theorizing and giving my ideas. But if you do want to see that video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, subscribe. Like I said, share around with all your friends, because the next video is going to have that informationes in it, in which we talk about this and converse about that. But check out my last video as well, Joe Blow versus 4chan. Joe Blow v 4chan. That's what I was going for, the Batman v Superman thing, in case you didn't realize. If you did realize, then you're good. If you didn't, then keep trying. It's cool. It's cool. My social networks are down there. As always, I thank you for watching. I'll be in the comment section. Venom film. Are you opposed? Are you like, yeah, let's do it? Are you like, no, don't do it? Leave it alone, Sony? No. No! Why would you do that? Why would you make a Venom film at the same time of Spider-Man being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and not include it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when that could be a lot more money for you if it's included in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Why wouldn't you do that? But then again, Marvel would be like, hell nah, you ain't doing no Venom film, putting it in our universe, so guess what? You could do it, and you can put it in your own dang universe. So that's probably why it's not in the MCU, because Marvel was like, hey, no, that's a waste of time. We ain't doing that. Take it over there. Put that all the way over there. Get that hell over there in that bin. And Sony was like, all right, fine. You know, I take my toy somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? If that is the case, if this is actually happening, then that's probably what happened. Marvel said, you ain't putting that in our goddamn universe. And Sony was like, all right, we're not putting it in your universe, but we gonna make it though. That's probably what happened. If the Venom film is actually happening, that would be the reason for the film not being in the MCU. That's the only reason I could think of that would make sense, unless Sony was just like, no, we're gonna do our own thing, which would be dumb, and which we have heard before. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case too, but I would be surprised because it'd be commercially stupid, financially stupid. Yes, that's all I have to say. Venom saying like, subscribe, share. peace. Was that calm? It's like, peace. It at the same time, it's like, peace. Peace. Have a good one, guys. Peace.
Venom 2 million.